Welcome back, Yorgies. We are going to go through a level 1-2 flow, starting in child's pose. So you can bring your two big toes to touch and your knees either together or wide. We'll take a few breaths here. So just kind of notice how deep your breath is. Notice where you're clenching or holding your energy and see if you can try to soften a little bit. We'll take 2 more breaths, maybe deepening your inhale and your exhale. When you're ready to inhale again, let's come forward into cobra. So try to straighten your elbows, lift your chest away from the floor, maybe shine your chin up towards the ceiling. And let's take another deep breath in here. On your exhale, curl your toes under, downward facing dog. So start to pedal out your legs. Maybe move your hips from side to side. And we're going to, on an inhale, come up onto the tippy toes, lift up the heels, and on your exhale, melt them down. So we'll go through that a couple more times. Inhale to lift up your heels, and exhale to melt. Awesome. One more time. This time, bend your knees. Let's take another breath in. On your exhale, come to the top of the mat. Let's take forward folds. So feet can be together. If you're a little bit more beginner, you can take your feet hip width apart. Grab your elbows and let's just sway side to side here. So you want to find length in the spine. One of the things you might have to do is bend your knees to find that length. And just kind of notice the stretch. Where do you feel it in your legs? Where do you feel it in your low back? And the next time you breathe out, let go of your elbows. We'll take a twist. Left hand down, right arm is going to reach up. So really bending into that left knee so you can kind of straighten a lot through the right leg. Let's take one more breath in. And on your exhale, swap it out. Right hand down, right knee bends. Lift up the left arm. See if you can take one more breath, lengthen that arm, and exhale to your fold. Let's rise all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. And we'll take a deep breath in, reach the arms up overhead, little back bend on the exhale. Awesome. Lengthen on the inhale and forward fold. Take it all the way down. Inhale to halfway lift. Plant your hands. Let's step it into our plank pose. Push into your palms. Deep breath in. Exhale all the way to the belly. Lift back into your cobra. Lengthen those arms. And then curl your toes under, downward dog. We're going to walk our hands back towards our feet at the back of the mat. And then widen your feet about the distance of the mat. And let's just kind of gorilla hang out here. You can grab those elbows again. Rock it side to side. Make sure your neck is nice and loose. Awesome. We'll release the hands down and heel toe the feet back to hip width apart. Deep breath in to halfway lift and exhale to fold. Rise all the way up. Reach up. Hands will come to the heart. All right, so we're going to take the right foot and step it forward onto the mat. And then take your left foot and curtsy lunge all the way out to the right side with your left foot. You don't have to go super far, but you're going to stand up, take your left hand, and reach it all the way to the right. So taking kind of a lateral stretch in our curtsy lunge. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bring your left foot to stand next to your right. Stand up nice and tall. And then left foot will step forward. Right foot is going to step all the way to the left. Start to reach the right arm up and over and take your side body stretch here. Now this is going to lead us into a wide leg forward fold. So that right foot is going to step all the way to the back of the mat. Reach your arms up overhead, star pose. And on your exhale, take it all the way down with the hands. Wide leg forward fold. Your two big toes are going to kind of inch a little bit more inward toward each other. Awesome. So we'll hang out here for a couple of breaths. We're going to take some side lunges. So you can start in whatever knee you want to, but you're going to bend one of your knees, lift up the opposite toes, and we'll rock it side to side for a few rounds of breath here. Awesome. Getting into our inner thighs, our hamstrings. And see if on these next couple of movements you might be able to become light on the fingertips or maybe even practice your balance here, hands at the heart. And the next time you're at the head of your mat, we're going to push it into our vinyasa. So bring your hands down, step your foot back, and move through your flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog, and we'll take about 5 breaths there. So you can walk it out. You can go to child's pose if you need a little break. And start to notice again your energy, how deep your breath is, and where you might kind of be holding on to tension. Use your exhales to soften. Awesome. At the end of your next exhale, let's start to bend our knees. Deep breath in. Make your way to the head of the mat as you breathe out. Forward fold. Awesome. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to fold. We're going to try that twist again. So left hand under the nose, bend your left knee, reach your right arm up. And this time maybe your left hand grabs your right shin or ankle and you pull yourself a little deeper. On your exhale, let's swap it out. Right hand down, bend your right knee. Reach your left arm up, maybe grab onto your shin. Big breath in, exhale to fold. All right, we're going to reach all the way up with our arms, come up to stand, take your hands and interlace them behind your head. Awesome. So we'll reach up, inhale, and on the exhale, little back bend, hands behind the head. Awesome. So back to center on your breath in and keeping your hands where they are. Lean to the right and take your lateral stretch this way. See if you can keep your shoulders down. We'll come back through center on a breath in and exhale to the left. Awesome. So hands are going to stay. Come back to center. And just like you would for like a cat pose, you're going to round your spine all the way down. Tuck your chin as you go and you're going to find your fold. When you reach all the way down with your fold, you can let your hands go down to the mat and we'll just kind of find our half lift. So lengthen your spine, deep breath in, and exhale, plant your hands. Let's step it back, move through our flow. Lift your heart, and curl your toes, and let's take our downward facing dog. Awesome. Let's lift up the right leg and step it in between our hands. We're going to rock this knee bent and straight, so kind of runner's lunge to pyramid pose, a couple rounds of breath here. Maybe when you come into your pyramid, you pull the toes back. Awesome. Great job. So the next time you come into your runner's lunge, we're going to stay there. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead for crescent lunge. And take a little back bend. Start to reach the arms back. Beautiful. One more breath. And on your exhale, plant your hands. Kick that right leg up into the air, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, rather. Right leg will go up. And let's bend our knee, stack our hip. Maybe take little knee circles. See if you can push your right armpit towards the floor. And when you're ready, let's lengthen the right leg. Exhale into your vinyasa. Move into your plank pose. Awesome. Downward facing dog. Left leg will lift up. Step it right in between your hands. And let's rock bent and straight into that front knee. Couple more times. Maybe pulling those toes back if you did on the first side. And we're going to find that runner's lunge when you're ready. Lift the arms overhead, crescent, start to reach back, make a little back bend happen. And when you're ready to exhale, hands will plant, three-legged dog, kick that left leg high up and back. And you're going to take your knee circles or maybe just stack your hip if that's what you did on the first side. And let's take another breath. When you exhale, move it all the way into your plank pose. Take your vinyasa. We're going to meet in child's pose. Take a couple breaths there. All right, let's take one more inhale. On your exhale, start to move your arms forward and start into your down dog. So lift up your hips and let's wag the tail as we get there. So kind of walk your dog out. Awesome. We're going to make wide leg forward fold. So right foot is going to reach up into the air and then step forward. Rotate all your toes towards the long side of your mat. And let's go through a few half lifts. On your inhale, press into your fingers, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Couple more times. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, deepen your fold. Last time, lots of length. As you exhale, walk your hands back. See if you can deepen that fold a little bit more. Relax your shoulders, relax your upper body. And see if you can start to activate your legs. Press into the outer edges of your feet. Activate your thighs. See if that helps you fold a little deeper. We'll take one more breath here. As you exhale, walk your hands back under your face. Let's halfway lift. Heel toe your feet together for Malasana. So you're going to kind of keep them a little wider than hip width, toes out, heels in. Start to sink it down. If you don't get as low as Val here and you're kind of lifted a little higher with your heels off the ground, that's all good. You're just a little tighter. So let's hang out in our Malasana. Use your elbows to push against your knees, and your hands are going to kind of help your heart to reach up nice and tall. And at the end of your next exhale, you're going to sit all the way down on your booty. And we're going to kind of windshield wiper the knees back and forth. So take your knees to one side of the mat and then to the other. And keep that moving. Now, if you want to, you can bring your hands behind your head like we did at the beginning of this sequence and use no hands for this. That's going to start to activate your core a little bit more. So let's wiper a couple more times to each side. You're going to end up at the front of your mat, and we're going to come into tabletop. So just swing your knees off to one side, plant your hands, and let's work our cat-cow. Drop your belly, lift up your tailbone, your heart, and then exhale and round your tail towards your heart. And let's keep that going. Use your breath to guide you. So if you're kind of moving quicker than you're breathing, start to slow down a little bit. Awesome. One more round. Exhale as much as you can here, and let's find a neutral spine on your next breath in. Kick your right leg back. See if you can reach back with your left hand and grab your ankle. We'll take a little quad stretch. Kick your foot up, pull on your foot. One more breath. And then you're going to let go. We're creating shoelace pose. So the right knee is going to come in front of the left. Scoot your feet out so that you can sit your booty in between your heels. And then as much stack as you can get with the knees. Start to sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, fold forward. All right, so we'll be here for a few breaths. Just allow yourself to kind of sink into it. If you're like Val and you have your dog in the room, you can just give your dog some love right now. Focus on your breath a little bit. Try to deepen. And let's do like 3 more rounds of breath here. See how long you can get your inhale. Relax like Rue. Nice. Okay, so on the end of your next exhale, you're going to start to roll your spine up nice and tall. And then plant your hands in front of you, and let's come back into tabletop. So you might swoop that right leg around, back where it was, and rock a cat-cow just to kind of neutralize your spine here. Round as much as you can, and then find that neutral back. Left leg will kick back. Right hand to the left ankle. Take your quad stretch. Really kick through the foot. Do one more breath. And then let that left foot kind of wrap over the right knee. You're going to find that Gomukhasana, shoelace pose on side 2. Start to sit it back. And then sit up nice and tall. Get some length in your spine. Use your exhale to fold you forward. And just kind of notice the differences. Don't force anything. Use your exhales to relax. Try to let go in your upper body. Let go in your forehead, your jaw. Let's take 3 more breaths here. So we'll come out of this one a little bit differently. When you're ready to roll up, we're going to make Wild Thing happen. So you're going to have to plant your left hand down and kind of unwind your legs so that you can kick your hips up towards the sky and reach your right arm back. Awesome. So you're going to flip it over and come into your down dog when you're ready, and we'll work our vinyasa. Move into your plank pose and all the way down to your belly. Lift up your heart. And you can go dog or child's pose, whatever you need right now. Take some breaths. And try to relax on your exhales. And the next time that you breathe in, let's get ready to move into down dog if you're not there already. And with an inhale, we'll lift up those heels again. Come onto your tippy toes. Exhale, put them back down. And we'll do that again. Inhale, lift, and exhale, melt them down. So let's lift up the heels, and this time melt them all the way to the right side of the mat. And we'll do that again. Inhale, lift up, and all the way to the left. Now you're going to stay here and bend your knees as deep as you can. Get a little momentum. You're going to come into side plank. Lift up your right arm, your right leg, and just kind of play around with that top leg. Maybe you roll your ankle, maybe you drip it behind you for Wild Thing. And take one more breath. And then take that foot and step it in between your hands. Let's come into our pyramid pose. You can hop the left foot forward a bit. Bow your head down towards your shin and think about pulling your right hip back. Let's take another breath. On your exhale, bend into your knee. We'll come into crescent lunge. Reach your arms up overhead. You might need to step the left foot back a little bit. Now reach back, send your heart up towards the ceiling, take a little back bend, and then open it up to warrior two on your exhale. Spin your left foot down. It's like your fingertips are reaching away from each other. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, and let's flip that right palm. Reverse your warrior on an exhale. Keep a bent knee. And reach back with that hand. Awesome. Let's straighten into that knee and find triangle. So reach your right arm forward and down. Left arm will stack over the right shoulder. Awesome. Let's reverse triangle. Keep your legs as they are. Reach your arm back. Very nice. Big breath in. On your exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Let's find half splits. Your left knee will drop. Your right leg will lengthen. Pull your toes up towards the sky. And it's a forward fold, so you're going to bow your head towards your shin. Nice big breath in. On your exhale, bend back into that right knee and spin your toes out to the top right corner for crooked monkey. So your right hand is going to push that right knee away, and your left hand is part of your foundation here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can find a quad stretch, reach back, grab your left toes or ankle. And we'll take another round of breath here. On your exhale, let's let all of that go and find runner's lunge. Lift your left knee. We're going to come into Skandasana over the left knee. So bend into the left and lift up the right toes. Hands can be on the floor or maybe at heart center, practicing that balance. Let's take another breath. We're going to make half moon. So you're kind of at an awkward angle on your mat. We're going to go to the left foot. Your left hand will go down. Yep, right arm up, right leg up. So shoot a little bit of energy out that right foot and fingertips. And let's take 2 deep breaths here. Lift from your right inner thigh. Great job. At the end of your second exhale, star pose. Step your right foot down. Reach your arms up. Make a little back bend on your exhale. Lean back. Another breath in, and then wide leg forward fold. Drop the hands down. You can walk the heels of the hands in line with the heels of the feet if you want to go a little deeper. And on your next inhale, let's halfway lift. Nice long spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to halfway lift again. And exhale, one more fold, nice and deep. You're going to start to bend into the right knee now. Skandasana to the top of the mat. Left toes will lift up. And then take your right hand down to the top of your mat and let's create Vashisthasana, side plank. Right foot will crawl under the left. Left arm and leg will lift up. Let's grab that left foot and stick it behind the right leg for Wild Thing. Pop your hips up to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, Vinyasa. Flip it over. And let's work our little push up here. Move into your heart opener and exhale to your dog. Very nice. 2 breaths in our down dog. Lengthen the spine, maybe more bend in the knees if you need to get it there. Awesome. And when you're ready to exhale, get as much air out of your lungs as you can. We'll breathe in, lift up onto the tippy toes, set the heels to the left. Big breath in, tippy toes, heels to the right. Let's bend our knees. And when you're ready to exhale, shoot it into your side plank. Left arm, left leg will lift up. So maybe if you did a little tree pose or something special on side 1, go ahead and match it here. Let's take another breath and a big step up to the top of our mat. Left foot will come in between the hands. Pyramids where we're going. So right foot will step up a little bit. Think about straightening through the left leg. So if you need less space between your feet to make that happen. One more breath. You're going to use your exhale to find crescent lunge. So maybe step the right foot back, bend that left knee, reach up. Reach back for your back bend. One more breath. Exhale to your warrior two. Spin that left foot or right foot down. And again, you're reaching the arms away from each other. Let's flip that front palm, reach back, reverse warrior. So keeping a good bend in that left knee, keep reaching back, and then straighten your left knee, reach forward, Trikonasana. Eventually stacking the shoulders, leaning back into this. Nice big breath. And let's reverse triangle. Reach back with that left palm. Another big breath in. Hands will cartwheel around that left foot. Half splits, right knee down. Take your left toes up to the sky and then kind of bring your booty back over that right knee. Try to keep it stacked. Forehead and shin are nice and close together. On your next exhale, you're going to bend back into that left knee, crooked monkey. So spin your left toes out to the top left corner. Push your left knee away. If you're going in for the quad stretch, the left hand will grab the right foot. And when you're ready to exhale, let's let all of that go. Runner's lunge. Lift up your right knee off the mat. And let's go Skandasana over the right knee. So come all the way to the back. Lift up your left toes. Fingertips down or hands at the heart. Awesome job. Okay, so right hand is going to plant kind of diagonal from the right pinky toe. You're going to lift up your left leg half moon. Beautiful. Keep lifting that left inner thigh. Deep breath in. And then step down, star pose. Reach up your arms. Kind of activate those legs. On your exhale, let's move through wide leg forward fold. Come all the way down. Yeah, maybe taking a different grip this time. You can grab for edges of feet or maybe take an interlaced grip behind your low back. Oh, Ru's done. It's time for Ru's Shavasana. See you later, Ru. Let's take another deep breath in for halfway lift when you're ready, and exhale, fold. We'll crawl towards the left knee for Skandasana at the front of the mat, lifting up the right toes. Again, hands on the ground or at the heart. She's back. She wants more. All right, so let's create side plank. You're going to put your left hand down and then kick that left foot underneath your right leg. Beautiful. So wild thing is where we're going. Let's see if Val can do it and pet her dog at the same time. Flip it back over, down dog, or move through your vinyasa if you want it. We're all going to meet in child's pose, so let's bring the knees down, two big toes to touch. And just let go here. Let your breath be nice and deep. All right, guys, let's come back into our downward facing dog. And as you arrive, again, we'll just pedal out those legs, get the hamstrings a little bit warmer. And then we'll find some stillness. Lift the right leg up. Crunch your knee towards your nose and let's keep it there. So you're going to find pigeon legs. You're going to take that right ankle and crisscross it over the left knee. And then bend your left knee a little bit. Start to kind of push your hips back into the sky. So if this feels pretty good for you, you want to stay here, that's fine. If not, you want to walk the hands back towards the left foot, and we're going to come into standing pigeon or figure four. So you might stay with fingers on the ground and more of a forward fold, or you might make this more of a chair type of pose, bringing the fingers off the ground and sitting a little deeper. So wherever you decide to be, we're going to take 3 breaths there. Lots of options. So decide what works best for you. Awesome. As you're hitting that 3rd breath out, start to bend the left knee again. Hands will come to the floor. And now you're going to walk it out to your traditional pigeon. So right knee will come behind the hand. Left leg will get nice and long. And on an exhale, go ahead and fold. Bring your forehead down. And take some nice deep breaths here. ready to inhale, hands will come under the shoulders, start to lift up your chest. We'll come straight into Wild Thing. So that right foot is going to come all the way behind the left, and you're going to lift up your hips. Now we're going to sit on our booty. So start to sit all the way down. Take your right leg and bring it long against the mat. The left foot will go outside of the right knee for a seated twist. So right hand behind you. Left hand behind you. Right hand can kind of hug that left knee. And now you can stay here if this is enough for you, or you're going to grab the outer edge of that left foot and start to reach your left arm back behind you and kind of activate your core if you want to lift up that bottom leg as well. Awesome. One more breath. And on your exhale, let's take that left foot back down to the ground. So let's bring it over the right knee, and let's create Wild Thing again. So you're going to lift up your hips, take a deep breath in, and now we'll flip the dog back over, downward facing dog. And of course, you can stay here or move through an optional vinyasa. Whatever you'd like to do, take a few breaths, work it out, and we will meet in down dog. All right, so left leg is going to kick up nice and high. Crunch your knee towards your nose, and let's set up that figure 4 shape with the legs, ankle over the right knee. Bend your right knee and start to deepen here. Hands will walk all the way back if you did that on side 1. Find your figure 4 shape. Standing pigeon. Make sure that whatever leg is the 4 shape is nice and active. So really kicking through the toes or pointing through the toes. And as you're ready to exhale, let's come back with those fingers on the ground, walk it into your dog, and find your pigeon. Knee goes down behind the left hand, right leg long, and exhale to melt it down. Smooth out your breath here if it got a little crazy. And see if you can take an even longer inhale. Maybe your exhale can be the same length or a couple seconds longer. Let's take one more breath. You can use your exhale to press into those hands again, and we're going to come into Wild Thing. So left foot will come all the way around, and then reach the hips up. And you're coming into a seat here, so sit all the way down. Left leg will go long now, right foot to the outside of the left knee. And take your left arm, hug it around that right leg. Right hand is your little kickstand behind you. Now if you're going to come in for the deeper variation here, you're going to grab onto the outer edge of that right foot. Reach your right arm back, and maybe float your left foot up off the ground. Beautiful. One more breath. Exhale, let all of that go. Right foot comes down on the inside of the left knee, and you're just going to lift up your hips again, Wild Thing. Reach up, and exhale to your down dog when you're ready. Flip it over. We've got our final vinyasa here. We will meet in down dog. And from our down dog, we're going to see if we can jump into a seat. So it doesn't matter what that jump looks like for you. Just give it a go. Come into your Sukhasana pose. Awesome. Let's take a deep breath in, reach the arms overhead, and on your exhale, fold. You can take your hands down in front of you and kind of crawl your fingers away. And let's take a nice big inhale. Big exhale, and start to roll up to seated. Uncross your legs. Let's find boat pose. Kick your shins up parallel with the sky. Maybe reach your arms either up, or you can bend at the elbows. And we're here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's grab those knees and roll all the way onto the spine. Legs up the wall. You can let your legs lengthen, feet overhead. And Val's going to bring her hands kind of in a diamond shape and bring them underneath her low back. If you've got tight hamstrings, that will help you out here. So just let all of the fluid kind of drop. Start to feel, or I guess tune into the feeling of weightlessness in your legs. Let's take a nice big inhale, and on your exhale, happy baby. Reach for the outer edges of your feet. Pull your knees down. Think about your chin and your tailbone rolling down towards the mat. we'll take one final big breath in here. Gather your knees into your chest. And on your exhale, let's kick our legs out long and take our final resting shape, Shavasana. Palms will open up to the sky. Thank you for practicing with us, Yorgis. Namaste.